And we're live. Mayo and Chicken. We're here to end racism today.
They still shooting niggas.
They're still shooting African Americans. Remember, you guys went over that. I can't say N-words anymore. It's also offensive now.
I mean,
it's just borderline.
Yeah, it's just borderline.
Walking. I can say N-words with A.
Yeah, N-words with A is culturally appropriate.
Yeah, I'll go with the black man's. It's easier, black people.
Mandem.
The mandem.
Stop killing the mandem.
Stop killing the mandem.
Stop. Please.
As of right now, when I'm sure everyone's aware of what's going on around the world. Right now, as of when we're recording this, the cop, I don't know his name, got arrested that murdered George Floyd.
He's not even a cop. He's a murderer.
Yeah, murderer. He's not the first person he's murdered, by the way.
It's his second or third.
Yeah,
he's got a native guy. He's got a fucking brown guy. He's just stacking up like belts of people he's murdered.
Yeah, this guy's a serial killer. Anyways, R.I.P. George Floyd. As of today, this serial killer has been arrested on third-degree murder charges.
Pathetic.
Just him for now.
Third fucking degree.
I think I don't know what the heck the deal is. I don't even know what third degree means. But.
Third degree means basically involuntary manslaughter, when it should be first degree because he knows the guy from work. They work together.
Yeah,
they bounce to the club.
That can change, right?
Not usually. If they start with first degree, it'll get dropped to other degrees. But they're starting with third. It's not going to go up.
So it's not
it's not going to go up. Yeah.
What if new details came out?
Possibly, but they probably have to recharge him. Probably have to recharge him formally.
I've heard of upgrading the charge, but it's very rare.
But they still have to formally recharge you, though. It's not like...
Yeah,
it's not like just upgrade and it's like, okay, it's part of your charges.
I'm sure a lot of people seeing the riots in Minneapolis, and in Toronto there was a situation this week as well where
they threw a fucking woman off a balcony.
Allegedly.
It is allegedly, but like I just don't feel like her entire family's gonna be out there saying like,
no, yeah, like it just sounded so
Toronto
awful.
Police threw my family member off a balcony. Like, just think about that statement. If they are lying, honestly, if they are lying, you guys are fucked in your head.
We hope justice.
They're definitely not lying. Like,
do they not have body cams?
We had this discussion, I think, on a comment section, and someone was telling me that it's illegal for them to have body cameras.
Which the best part is,
I replied.
The best part is about that conversation is people I don't even think realize that we knew each other. That's not.
Yeah, they didn't realize that at all. Just like talking to these random guys, and they're just like, "Oh, like he's getting a CringeKev right now." And I'm just like, "We have a podcast together."
Yeah,
I'm just the less famous side of the podcast.
Yeah, we're just chilling out here. But anyways, this episode's about racism.
If you even guessed,
we started this podcast, Mayo and Chicken,
because we're racist.
Kind of. No, but we started this as to show off two different perspectives on the same front.
Yeah.
Or at least to have conversations and come to reasonable ground, because I come from the obviously white and privileged and suburban. We're both from the suburbs, but...
We're both suburbs, but you're definitely a bit more privileged than I am.
Yeah, like white privilege is a thing.
I don't want to act like I'm not privileged at all compared to like a lot of brothers that I know that are in Section 8 homes and like, eating on fucking food stamps. Like, I'm not in that same class, but like, you call me like lower middle class.
But this is why we started this podcast, so we can talk about these tough issues. And like, let's start with the one question: is white privilege a thing? We've talked about this a lot. It is a thing.
I mean, according to some people, it's not.
Well, I think people need to realize it's a thing, but female privilege is also a thing.
Oh, it's a way bigger privilege.
And if you look at that other situation with that guy in New York and that Karen situation, that's an example of white female privilege. And that's what you're seeing with a lot of these Karen situations.
What's funny
people
about that
entitled
too?
White female privilege.
That woman's Canadian. She went to the University of Waterloo.
Yeah. Also, another form of privilege.
Embarrassing that is.
Another form of privilege is rich privilege too, right?
Of course, but that's just privilege in general.
Well, I think rich privilege is the top. Privileged. Would be the top though.
No, because being rich privilege doesn't always affect others as much.
Like OJ, I'm looking at OJ, right? Because OJ's rich privilege
and that's
oversees an average white dude's white privilege, for example.
No.
Oversees.
No.
I guess depends on the situation.
In certain situations, yeah. Like, it's not like
he was
OJ.
famed too.
It's not like OJ won't get called a nigger still. Like, he will still get called a nigger for sure.
He probably calls it. OJ reminds me of that guy from the Dave Chappelle skit that's like racist.
Uncle Ruckus?
Yeah. Like, he low-key hates black
people. Powerful niggatry going on in here. Oh, wait, no. Dave Chappelle's Cletus. Clayton Bixby, yeah. I was talking about Uncle Ruckus from...
he low-key just hates black people.
Boondocks. I think Uncle Ruckus is a little bit better than Clayton Bixby. Because Bixby was in the KKK, yes, but Ruckus was literally... He's breathing it every single day, and he actually was white. Man had reverse vitiligo. That was a crazy thing. He's like, I just started getting black.
This is the blunt of unity. But I'm giving it to you. I was passing it.
I was like,
see that? From white to black, from black to white,
yeah,
all other colors.
Black.
We're just all in there.
Unity.
We're all in this together.
Stop killing Mandem though. Seriously though.
Seriously.
On a serious note, like just stop.
Like, we joke around, but fuck, bro. Like,
Let's get into some questions. Let's do it.
let's get a couple cues in.
Let's end racism in this one sitting. This whole complex issue. Which racism also in North America is very polarized with the white and black aspect of it, but I think we've talked about this as well before, is like there's a very global issue with racism everywhere in terms of it's
different everywhere.
It's different. Like for example, you've seen like European clubs with like chanting racial slurs.
I have
people.
been to Italy and seen Confederate flags at a soccer game.
Yeah. And
2,000 miles from Confederacy.
And then I also talked about Israel-Palestine. He says it's more of a religion issue, but there's still a race issue there.
I mean, them niggas is cousins, so I can't really...
there's something historic even going on. It seems like even in the Middle East, that like why there's no peace in the Middle East, it's like it's religious tensions, but it also seems like there seems to be an intertwined thing with race.
Well, it's a little different because, like, realistically...
China has got, like, they're going off on black people right now. You've seen what's going on.
More so with the Muslims, but yeah, they don't like us
No, you
either.
see what they're doing with the blacks? They're not, like, letting them into businesses and shit. They're telling them to...
That was always happening, though.
No, but it's, like, going to, like, no extra gear. Like, they were in gear 2.
Oh. So it's DEFCON 4 now.
Yeah. Like,
okay.
They're really going off and...
They're charged up.
So, yeah, but North America, we're going to focus on mainly the white-black.
Yeah.
I just wanted to acknowledge...
This is the good stuff.
Well, it's what affects us and like what we see in the media most. But I just want to acknowledge that.
Kevin, how could it affect us? We're in Canada. There's no racism here.
Oh, there's racism. I'm pretty sure we made racist. I made racist joke earlier today. I think. Remember about the Chinese food? If it was actually chicken, that's technically racist.
It's stereotypical.
But that being said, I also know local Chinese restaurants that buy fish out of the river from fucking sketchy dudes for $10 a fish.
It's got to be the real low.
And there's no real hate about it either because it's just
that's no hate though. Yeah,
you niggas created a virus to kill the whole world. So
I shut out those restaurants, so I still eat there. Like we make jokes.
I love Chinese people. And I love they're women too. That's a beautiful women.
Yeah, we definitely like one of the things with racism is like I gotta admit we were just saying like racism. Everybody has a tinge of racism. Like we make racist jokes.
To an extent, yeah.
There's a difference
you
when
always
you
don't
actually
want to
have
go
hatred.
too far,
yeah.
though. You know what I mean? And even sometimes when you don't have the hatred, sometimes you cross the
boundary.
boundary.
100%.
And like,
and sometimes you just gotta acknowledge that.
Yeah, just acknowledge it and be apologetic, whatever the case may be.
Sorry, I shouldn't have made that joke about. I'm not even gonna try to make an example because it would dig a hole.
All I have to do is say Doja Cat, and people will understand what you mean.
Yeah, I guess. Let's get to some questions. Let's get to some fucking questions.
Okay. One of the first questions is
or stories or whatever.
Yeah, one person said, assuming that you know all black people as a black person, and assuming that
what do you mean you know all black
the
people? The
spokesperson for black people. It's
always my God, that's what that bitch
said.
Is
that what you?
Yeah.
Is that what she meant to you?
Yes. This is what someone's saying to me, but it's basically like it's a black person saying this, but it's
just because you're black, you
know every other black person. This happens to me often. I'll have a white friend and be like, "Do you know this guy?" And I'm like, "Is he black?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like,
about today. She said that too, bro.
Really?
Yeah, dog. She said.
Do you know this other black person?
Oh,
that's like when you go to the States and people be like, "Oh, I'm from fucking Canada or Toronto," and people are like, "Oh, you know Rick?"
Yeah, it's like no I don't know Rick. I know Rick, but I don't know Rick.
I didn't realize that happened on a race thing. Well, that's fucked up.
It does happen on a race thing. It's ridiculous. Like I said, this fucking girl I saw earlier today was literally talking about these black guys that moved into her neighborhood, and this is not anywhere near me. And she's like, "Do you know them?" And I'm like, "This is 40 minutes from my house. I do not know these people.
Bro.
How could I possibly know them? They live on the street just because we both share the same color.
That's my cousin.
They're not even training for us. Like they're just black. They just happen to be black too. That's ridiculous. White people, stop doing that.
That girl you also said dropped the N-word.
She previously referred to them as the niggers down the street.
Yes, so I mean, there's that.
You should cut her out of your life totally, probably.
Yeah, I definitely should, but
that's the way she goes.
That's the way she goes sometimes.
So the girl doesn't like the fact that you're speaking on behalf of it. I'm sorry if I'm speaking on behalf of all white people, but fuck you. I do what I want.
But the whole speaking on behalf of black people is like when white people come to you with like an issue or like that they think involves the black community, and they're kind of just like, oh, like you're my go-to person for asking about black people. Like, no, why don't you take a sample and have more than one black friend so you can find out how black people feel about things, because we don't all feel the exact way about every issue.
I want to say, if you're a white person or any person, and if you any race, just say you're a white person, you hate blacks, I challenge you to just make a friend. Try to make a friend of that race that you hate. And if you truly try, I guarantee you your opinion will change with a simple friend.
How about this? If you're a white person who hate black people, I challenge you to go a day without black inventions. A day.
No more peanut butter.
No more peanut butter.
No more PBJ.
Cell phones out of order too, because we made those. Good night.
Well, with the help of a female inventor, she has like Bluetooth technology. I think like pretty much Wi-Fi. Wasn't that like?
We did a couple things.
That was a female. Go shout out to the female.
Is she a black female?
No. I'm not sure what kind. I just know it was a female. They don't have much they've invented comparison, so you got to give them when they have something nice. You got to give it to them.
Did they create nagging?
Get to the next question. Back to racism.
Oh my god.
We got one person also saying colorism, which is, I guess that's an issue. That's more of a question for.
What is that like?
That's more for me than it is for you,
right? Is that a racial profiling?
No, it's when you're black and there's like arguments of who is more black and what it is to be black. Like the things like how dark-skinned men are usually more aggressive, more of the reliable combatant partner, and light-skinned niggas are pussy and weak and bitch. Like it's this thing. Like, the closer you are to white, the weaker you are as a black man.
Different types of
colorism.
Oh, that's a really that's very
there's racism among black people. Yeah, it's a thing.
Well, even still, like you see people like just on like TikTok or something. You see guys that are like your color, and then they talk like the gayest dude or some shit. Yeah. You know, I don't know what your gauge is for like.
Well, colorism
soft and what's the hardest, what's the right way to do it.
It's not really about talking.
But you know what
white.
I mean.
It's about
not even white saying. I'm saying it's like in terms of like your traditional person that's like that hard ego. It's like that's just a stereotype, if anything.
Yeah, but that also is a stereotype too. But that's what I'm saying. They attribute that stereotype specifically to darker skinned men. So what was the
issue with colorism? What do they say?
The whole issue with colorism as a whole is that you're not, but we are all black, and there's no reason to have levels of blackness or to discredit another person's blackness based on them being a quarter white or not being a quarter white but just being light skinned or being brown skinned to dark skinned. There should be, we're all going through the same struggle. The police are still going to shoot any one of us in the face. So we might as well just band together.
You know what's funny? Now that you say that, I've actually, because I never really even thought of what colorism was until you mentioned that, but I can recall some times where I'm sure some, in a white sense, people like will do the same thing, but like, what, are you not white? Like, you know, in that same sense, I'm sure at some point I would say it happens, but I mean, like, in a racist sense, though, I'm saying, like, you know how I was telling you then before we started filming about, like, the awkward situation when you're a white guy that doesn't think anyone else is better than they are based on the color of their skin, like myself, but you come across people in life, especially in rural areas, it seems, where they'd be like, they'll say some racy shit to you because you're white and they think like you're gonna fuck with it or something.
Like you're down.
And then you're in that awkward moment where there's either two ways. You either confront it or you just try to like end the conversation without having any sort of fucking trouble. But I think like in that sense, those kind of people will bring colorism. Like if they say something racy and you confront them, sometimes you get the response to be like, what, are you black? What do you think, you're black? Yeah. And like, it's just like, what does that even like
I don't think it's considered colorism, but it's definitely like...
that would be racism.
It's like nationalism or like, you know, they just think it's a certain, like, you're not white enough.
They're trying to pull the tribal mentality. Yeah. Is what it is, and try to divide
together.
you.
Yeah, we're together.
Like, you're not, you're not white. Like, no, I'm white, but like, I also don't fuck with you.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, I don't think that's colorism either. But no, good to learn what colorism is. So like, I never really looked into that term before.
We got another one, getting pulled over for no reason and them taking like 30 minutes of having nothing to do for them to just kind of leave and not give you a ticket, which I get all the time since I've been driving, period. It's like, oh, like, let's pull them over, let's have a chat. You weren't doing anything illegal? Cool. We're gonna search the car and find nothing? Cool. Well, have a nice day.
I've only experienced that with my buddies that have whips that have like shit done to them. As like a white guy, like I noticed, like,
listen, I've only been driving foreigns for the
last
4
I know
years.
you, but I'm just saying, like, in that same situation, the only time I personally experienced,
I had a crappy Honda and a crappy Acura before that.
I remember when we were younger, and my buddies would have like the tinted windows with like subs bumping and all that, you know, like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
That's the only time as a white person we'd end up getting targeted. But I think that was more of an age thing, probably.
That too.
I think they were going at, but I could definitely see just from like those little experiences how easy it would be for them to just target someone based on color if they just wanted to be like, fuck this person, let's pull them over. But here, I guess here we are better in a sense, I guess less likely for them to be so trigger happy. Here,
because we don't have the right to bear arms, which is a big
so they're
reason
less
why
worried about. I guess you reaching.
But you still will get fucked up. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
Cops are still trained to
shoot. Yeah.
No, they're still trying to shoot first. Fucking Sammy Yatten can tell you that. They're still trained to shoot first.
Or push you off a balcony.
Or push off a fucking balcony. Or what did they kill that fucking retarded black guy in Ajax about 5 years ago? Special needs fucking guy.
This guy, what? I don't know that.
Yeah, they fucking shot the shit out of this guy. He's mentally ill, and his family was there saying like, "Oh no, don't shoot him. Like he's mentally ill. He's acting like this because he doesn't have the same brain cells that you do." And they're like, "Well, he's dead now, so deal with that."
Deal with it.
Like
people need to realize the risk of calling the cops for people's mental health issues.
Yeah,
because like you don't know.
You're almost sentencing them to death. Pretty much. You're
calling not necessarily, but you're putting them in a situation where, like, if you catch everything a perfect storm.
I saw it happen this morning. There was a guy with mental health issues. I stuck around to see whether they would kill him or not. He wasn't black, but he was a person of color.
Today?
Yeah, today, this morning at the Westney Plaza. So, because I had gone there and I was waiting on my breakfast. I was looking out the window and I was talking to the lady there, and she's like, "Yeah, this guy always comes around like he always yelling and shit. He gets violent sometimes, but he has mental health issues. He's not like good in the head."
Yeah.
But like, yeah, the cops were there. As about 8 cruisers and a fucking ambulance, and they took him. So I hope they didn't choke him out, but I couldn't see because there's so many cruisers blocking the area. I think he was okay.
You know what's a serious thing that, from a cop's perspective, from talking about my one buddy who's a cop, we had a conversation one time. He says the one thing that he dealt with that is like almost is a tough situation to like navigate. Is a lot of people will try to go suicide by cop. They'll try to get a cop to do like.
Sure.
I'm not saying of a color of anything, but I never even like.
Isn't your buddy a derp though?
What does that mean?
He's a Durham Regional Police.
Yeah.
He's a derp, yeah.
So, like, for me, like, I never even contemplated, like, the idea of, like, people doing that on a regular basis. But the fact
honestly,
that, like... but usually that's, like, someone, like, with a knife, like, fucking come shoot me! Like, they're, like, trying to...
In my eyes, like, you're a pussy. Like, if you're about that life, kill yourself. Don't be getting...
I always thought that you just do it.
Do it for yourself.
Don't drag this cop into this shit.
No, not the cop. I'm saying the person who's doing this. Buddy, the people that decide to commit suicide by jumping off an overpass in the traffic or jumping in front of a train or by police, like, you're an asshole. Because, yes, it's sad that you killed yourself, but you have inconvenienced a bunch of people in your death for no reason.
Oh my God.
You can kill yourself at home, my guy. Because listen, like as someone, like I deal with mental health issues myself, and I've never thought to myself like I'm gonna make my death inconvenient.
Yeah.
My idea of killing myself has always been no one's gonna find me.
Because you know damn well,
like it's gonna be a fucking secret.
If you went suicide by cop in particular, people would instantly go like,
I'll go viral.
Yeah, people would be like, they murdered him.
Yo, Matilda, relax, bro.
Lie
down, bro. You're doing too much.
She wants next question. Let's get to it.
Yeah,
we got off there. A bit of suicide. Suicide talk.
The next one is discrimination due to interracial relationships, like not getting the fair shake, the weird stare, and then this is also another person's one, but it kind of fits into it, with black women complaining about you dating the other races, which I think goes both ways in black culture and in other cultures.
I think that's
everything. That's an everyone problem. Yeah. And like even
like I said with you guys before, like my sister was wanting to marry an Indian dude at the time. She's a Muslim convert, by the way. But his family threatened to take him out of the will if he married a white woman. So, like, in that sense, like, that's not even a black or white thing. Like, that's just, like, a cultural thing of, like, someone just strictly based on who they're with not wanting to be. But India also has he ended up getting arranged marriage because that's part of their culture there, too. So, like,
some Portuguese bitch whose parents disowned her when she had a black kid.
Really? Yeah, it's very common. And it's, like, it's not just black, white. It's a weird thing that, like, it really shows. That's where you really show racism. I think that's like the one thing that like it really comes out is that marriage thing, is where your families will be like.
No. My family's black, and they prefer me dating a black person for sure. Like my dad was never like I want you to date a black girl, but he always like the girls he tried to put in my life were definitely always black. So it's not really a question of whether he wanted me to marry.
Oh, he tried to hook you up with them too, eh?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, the Indians take it to the next level. Those guys like. Arranged marriage, motherfuckers.
Yeah, you're promising somebody by the time you're 12, and you better be ready to marry Sinjatadar.
And it's obviously not. It's obviously not everyone. But that's another thing with this podcast that like, I think we both like to like address is like, America sees it very one way because America's always that's how they think about everything with America. They don't think about that global scale of how big this issue actually is. It's bigger than they're a centerpiece of it for sure, but it's a global problem.
Them in Germany are the centerpieces of racism because you got to think about like.
But then again, like, don't tell me
have
mans
Confederate
in
flags
China
and Nazi
shit.
flags.
But don't tell me mans in China aren't racist as fuck We just don't understand their language.
Listen, when I talk about the racist Olympics, I say yes, white people are mad racist, but Chinese people are like neck and neck.
Yeah.
And this is something that the black community like will say in secret, but not really put out there. Like Chinese people are not really our allies in a lot of situations. And like, yeah, in Canada it's a little bit different, but in the States, there's no question. Nigga!
My son was shiny.
Yeah, and that too. Like being in jail and shit. Like the Chinese interacting with the blacks, like, bro, the way that you can tell, the way they treat us, like, it's different. They like, oh yeah, no, they're not your friend. They're not your fucking friend. They don't like you. If they didn't have to interact with you, they wouldn't. They do not want to be around you.
And in regards to the relationship, like if you're in one of those relationships, if you really want to be with the person, like you can you don't have to be around your family if they're that negative and that pieces of shit's no offense to your family, but yeah, that's
fuck your family. Yeah, fuck them niggas. What the fuck?
If you have a choice, you either oblige to your family's weird racist ways, or you move on with your life. And what did your buddy do that said? Did you say you had a buddy that had that situation? Did they break up or did they stick together? What happened there?
Yeah, no. They stay together.
They stay together?
They don't talk.
They don't talk. And that's what it is. So my sister, when she converted to Islam, my parents were obviously iffy because it was right after 9/11, number one. Things were already tense with the Islam white community at that time.
9/11 was lit because for once the spotlight was off the black people.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not going to lie to you.
But in that sense... But she didn't do it for a relationship. Like, she converted in high school, and she was just Muslim, and then we got into a relationship. So it wasn't really like...
I thought
like, the mans didn't start coming through, so there wasn't... Like, it was already accepted by the time mans were coming through. Is that, like, she was going that route.
No, this is what it is.
And they're pretty, like... Honestly, it comes to the individual. Like, if someone's a nice person, like... And you're a family, and you're gonna be a piece of shit, like, fuck you. What else we got? We got relationships. That's a tough situation, though. I feel for anyone in that... Like, I would say, like, yeah, you're too... If you're in a toxic relationship and it's that, maybe don't go through with it, but...
Yeah. I mean, the next one is the white stare.
The white stare. Oh, my
The white
God.
stare. What's
what
that?
you doing here, nigger?
Yeah, bro.
You don't belong here.
Terrible.
You get that a lot.
It's a look.
Oh, a look.
It's a look.
What is that? People just
No,
say that?
but the look means that.
Wait, you don't get the head nod, which is the approval?
You don't get, no, the head nod
know
between
that?
black people. White people give you the grin and bear. They do the...
I get the grin and the head nod as well.
That's not a genuine head nod, though.
Bro,
I give that head nod.
A genuine head nod, your lips don't just curl up and you look upset like you just ate milk.
What, this?
I do it back.
They're like the... Yeah, so do I.
I do it, though, too. Yeah. I do it instinctually.
What
like
does that tell you?
To everyone, though. I just be like, a head nod. Like,
the head nod is one
it's
thing.
terrible, bro.
But, like...
See the sour in it.
Yeah.
The white stare. What's the white stare? Give an example. So what they just said, the white stare.
The whitewash. It has to come from
the whitewash.
It's like, even for me, like, I remember this is...
So, like, if I was trying to whitewash right now to the camera, would it be like...
It's a look of disapproval.
So it's just like...
Just a general look of disapproval in this
like
day.
if you're grilling someone, you just want to... You don't fuck with them.
Yeah. Basically.
This guy's on fucking FaceTime out here. But what else we got? I don't even know what the whitewash is, but I can see, like, yeah, a deathly stare.
What are we doing here now next? We got, is it the system? Is it people, or is it both?
I think it's the system. Well, for sure the system.
It's the system. It's both. It's both.
But yeah, like...
It's definitely both.
The system influences the people's perspective 100%, right?
Big facts.
Like, so,
There you
like...
go.
Well, the system... Okay, for example, like, you know, like, the argument about, like, how, like, black communities have higher crime rates? Mm-hmm. That's not just black communities. Like, if you look at Russia, their highest crime... It's a mainly white... pretty much all white population.
But all their ghettos...
are white.
Yes,
it's just
and
because high crime rates.
Yeah.
So it's not a correlation with color. It's a correlation
of
with
poverty,
and
class.
Yeah, and like the system. But historically, in terms of like U.S. and I'm sure in Canada, I'm not sure as much in Canada, like into the details, but the segregation. There was what after slavery, there was segregation where they were put into these communities that in turn became ghettos and. The
redlining. Not people have good education system.
Yes.
Have all these type of things.
And the result of that
people.
Becomes higher crime rate.
You can't make a bunch of people stupid and then flood their community with drugs and guns and say good luck.
Yeah, and then
it's not going to work out that way.
The war on drugs was another tool used to really target colored folks. I don't want to say just African American.
Joe Biden wrote those rules, Mr. If you're not black if you vote for Trump. So yeah. Joe Biden or Biden or whatever the fuck his name is was helping Ronald Reagan write Reaganomics is what it's referred to as.
Yeah, the war on drugs, which it has so many. There's so many benefits like that for like the greater powers that be from that, even greater than that. But that's one of the main ones.
They make money off you being in jail.
It was
You're making things in jail for cheap labor. 18 cents on the hour. You're making less than the Chinese kids.
A legal form of
slavery.
Yeah, legal form of pretty much. But that's what the jail system is, right? That's where they working. U.S. is the only country in the world, I think, that profits from the jail system.
Yeah,
where it's like a workforce.
Queen Latifah owns the jail because she makes money off it.
And the jail, so the system. When people say it's the system, it's the system started off as a corrupt slavery system, went into a segregation system. Now, in terms of laws and legislation, yes, it might have come up to the equal point, but the residual effects of history and what it was before are still in place. So when people say systematic racism, it's because it was back and it's gradually came to the point where it is legislatively now. Yeah. But in terms of like the socioeconomic impacts of all those years, that's still in place, and including with like personal prejudices. And that doesn't mean like every cop is racist, but there's clearly are racist cops. It's just like with priests. There's enough pedophile priests where we're like, hey, like what the fuck?
I'll be honest with you right now. I still believe there's definitely more pedophile priests to good priests. To good priests than there is cops
per priest. You're saying
to bad cops.
You know ratio.
Like the ratio back and forth. Like there's definitely more pedophile priests than there are bad cops.
I would say the priest ratio is at least 1 in 100, if not more. Like that's like
what 100?
I'm just giving that to friendly.
I'm gonna say 1 in 25.
Just the killers.
I'm talking about the ones that are abusing their power, the ones that are corrupt and selling drugs and shit, stealing from, falsifying claims, all that shit.
I think it's a fucking lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of corruption.
Specific to this division, though.
I think it's a lot.
But the thing is,
drug division. Like other divisions don't have like the theft. The robber division doesn't have that problem as much. They might lie and try to get somebody arrested, maybe that didn't fit a crime or description. But the main bad cops that do like illegal activities are drug police.
Well, when you look,
the ones that can profit from being a police officer,
and they're right there.
Yeah, they're right there in the crime.
When you look at police brutality as an issue,
or just regular policing for black people,
and true, in that sense. But I'm saying in terms of like an actual like just a policing standpoint, North America, it's very it's shown way against the blacks because that's where like the roots are and the personal preferences and people's brains are going at. But if you look at police brutality like as a global scale, police brutality does exist.
As a whole,
every fucking
this is
major
and this is the thing about it. When black people are crying about police brutality,
it's a global issue.
Yes, it's bad because it's happening to us, and it's happening to us also because it's race, not just because police be beating people up.
100%.
Because police are fucking up everyone. I'm not trying to sit here and be like, oh well, we don't care about the white guys getting executed by the police either. We care as a whole. Police brutality is police brutality. But what we're talking about is racism, including in police brutality. And that makes it a little different.
Because mans in China will get shot up by the cops. Mans all over the world in different police departments are like, there's no problem shooting up a citizen and go about your day.
Like, that's the issue.
That's the way she goes. Mexico,
especially in the Caribbean.
And
the Caribbean will
execute too.
The Caribbean police will execute you for anything. Because you do something, they'll execute you there in the streets.
So
the same way they do in America.
So people need to also realize that who is a good police in terms of policing, where in the world, what is the standard that we want it to be? In terms of, why would they...
I want to say Switzerland or something, because the Swiss, never get into any shit, so...
They're racy, though. They're racy there.
Racist?
Yeah, oh yeah.
They're white.
Oh yeah, but
They're OG white.
But they're
European thousands years of lineage white.
But they're those smart, racists where, they just never have to be put in a racist situation.
I don't have to call you a nigger, you know. I think there's other ways.
They're financially
racist.
They were neutral in World War II. It's we'll help. We're not with the Nazis.
Shit, you have to be neutral in the middle of World War II and you're in Europe.
Yeah, well, you know why? It's because where they're located geographically. They're in the middle of mountains. Yeah. So to invade is pretty much impossible.
That doesn't stop them from being cowards, though.
No, but so the smartest game plan for them is hold everyone's money from both sides. So because it's so hard to invade there because of the geographical situation. It's such a safe haven, which is why they played it smart and played neutral. It was more of a
chess move, I guess?
Yeah, 100%.
Still a pussy chess move, but a chess move nonetheless.
Yeah, 100%. It's
sometimes you gotta make a bitch move, I guess.
Well,
right?
There's a lot of those neutral countries that, if everything else is getting blown the fuck up, you're like, hey, how about we, if we don't have to, I guess, benefit from both sides of the war.
I guess Canada's like Switzerland Jr.
No, we're Britain's bitch. We're Britain's and USA's bitch.
Yeah,
when they go in,
we're rotating bitches. We're just turning our ass on whoever pleasures us at the time.
And if they went at war, I don't know what would happen, I guess. I don't think they'd go to war at this point, though. But anyways, what else are racist questions? What were we even talking about there again? Oh, yeah, police brutality. Which is like definitely police brutality is a real thing globally.
The system and shit, but we didn't go into the police brutality today.
And the racism is another like side effect. It really shows through that. Like it really shows like based on people's.
Well, we're running out of them. But one of the really good ones you got here is why does the media always bring up minor crimes from like 6 years ago when a black guy dies? Which I've always been like,
they're just trying to demean someone's character.
What do you gain?
The media is being
please. Do you want people to be desensitized and be like, oh well, he committed that crime also. So remember, he has a history of this, so his death doesn't matter.
I don't know.
And people like, but it's in America. They automatically think if you commit crime, you deserve to die.
Yeah, bro.
And that's a weird thought process.
The comments on Instagram are crazy.
People are just like, oh well, you stole or you broke it. You deserve that, like, buddy.
You deserve to die.
What did you
deserve to die for that, like, buddy. Do you know any bad things happen to certain people? People have been robbed multiple times in their lives. They probably don't wish every person that robbed them died. They just want them to go to jail.
Did you see what happened on that? I don't know the cop that just got arrested house.
Yeah.
How on the
There's
garage?
like 100 cops out there.
No, not even that. But the garage wasn't painted. Like the protesters, they didn't paint the garage. But apparently, there's a girl was saying many people said that a media personnel told people to go paint on the garage like fuck 12 and all this shit, just to make it look more like for like when they like filmed to make it look more intense. So you're like, okay, these men are literally just trying to stir up outrage. Well, so when it goes back to that question, why they're bringing up like people's past like little things, they're just trying to like they're trying to degrade that person, and they're trying to also I think it almost seems like they're trying to divide because these are the people in charge. The last thing they want us to do is everybody in the same class system, us middle class and lower class people, all actually be like, hey, the people up top are fucking all of us.
They don't want to come together.
They will try to pin us, and it's like they want to use race as like this, like almost a race war in a way, where they want us to divide, like your neighbors to turn on each other. Because how are you ever going to turn on the government if you turn on each other?
There's more of us than there are of them.
That's the narrative that worries me with the media and a lot of this, because like racism is a thing, 100%, but like there's like where's the talk?
They use it to their advantage. They use it to their advantage, and they spin stories.
Even look at the people there.
Create violence.
The people protesting. If you look at it, a lot of them were like every race. Like it wasn't like just black people out there asking for justice. Like people were the last thing they want you to see is all these people uniting and trying to like team up for justice and for the better world, because like that's what we need right now is everyone to unite.
For sure.
But the media is going to try to push these weird narratives. But the media is also multi-million-dollar corporations that are owned by God knows who, that have their own agendas.
We know who.
Fucking the Illuminati. The Jews. Was it the Jews? Were we talking about last episode? Yeah, why does everyone hate the Jews?
Them Jews with the high hats and the curls on the sides. Them niggas.
Why does everybody hate the Jews? Because they own the media.
Yeah, basically.
I don't think anybody should hate them. You got any other good
I don't
questions
usually
there?
I hate your random like Jewish person, but you should definitely hate the Jews in control of the world, because those are the bad Jews. It shouldn't be overall Jew hate. That's just wrong. That's racism.
It's the same thing, yeah, like with every other profile.
And that's the thing. If the top people in the world were like black on some real fucked up shit, because that would be super weird. If the top people in the world
I think they
black,
were at one point in history.
Oh, definitely we were. And the world was a better place. I can guarantee you that. But right now, if there was a bunch of black people, then we'd be fucked.
I think we'd be fucked no matter what.
No, you should be fucked. I'm fine.
I don't really care. If I die, die. Like, I'm indifferent on it.
YOLO.
If the powers that be need to do a white genocide, like, catch me if you can, right? That's all it is, survival. You just gotta go survival mode, right?
I don't think it even passed. They have to pass some sort of law so they can kill white people.
Like we were talking about before.
What president will pass that law?
Historically speaking, I do have a past of ending up in concentration camps in my family, so like
Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to avoid that. I don't want to go to no more fucking
born.
My Polish descent. Shout out to my Polish fam that died in the concentration camp. Not trying to end up back into any sort of that type of shit. But that's what racism leads to. That's pretty much one you think.
I met a survivor.
Oh really?
Yeah, some old lady. She used to come.
Did she have the barcode?
Shit, I can't remember.
What was her story?
Yeah, they have the numbers. I think I remember this. I think we did ask to show the numbers.
What did she say? Just like her story?
She just went through the story with us and shit.
Did they cry and people cry and shit?
We're in jail, man.
We're in jail, dog.
Yeah, she's pretty much saying, she's like, I was pretty much here, but you die.
Yeah, I was
Guaranteed.
Here, I was here but for racial reasons. You guys are here because you did something. You deserve to be here.
Well, some of them could have been racial undertones, right?
No, you never know.
You're just like, nah, they're all criminals. But okay, let's go to this. This is we're talking about racism. How do you think racism, like there's no solution, like what is the solution? If we were here today and we need to tell the world how to end racism. What is the what? I don't know what it is.
I have had one fucked up theory, and it is the everybody go home theory.
Like just like where you originally from?
Where you should be from. So like if you're black, you go back
what
to
if
Africa.
you're light skinned though?
If you're light skinned, buddy, you're black by default. Doesn't matter. Once you have black in you, you're ruined according to white people. You're black.
No, not all white people. Don't say
no, I'm not. I don't want to like categorize all white people, but like the government's white people. We were 3/5 a fucking person for the longest time. Once you become a part black, you're black.
So your theory is what? Everybody goes back
to where the fuck they belong.
Wow, the indigenous are getting some good land. Think about how many indigenous people there are. They just get.
Yeah, what are they really gonna do with it though? They're more crippled than the blacks are, so they're not gonna do shit with it. Like,
oh boy,
they might if we were all gone. Everyone was gone.
If you want everybody back to where they belong, obviously China's gonna do exactly what they're doing.
Fucked.
Europe is gonna be a lot of white people, and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck? What the fuck is
where
this?"
Where do we live?
Like, yeah, because there's too many of you guys there, right? And then
China will be China.
You guys will become a ghetto.
China
will be China, which is
China
already
will be indifferent.
China will be the same. Except all the people that come back to China, they'll just kill because they'll be like, you shouldn't have left in the first place.
Yeah,
like,
true.
You know what I mean? But Africa will do great. I think Africa will be great because Africa will be mad entertaining. Like, beer niggas, like beer jokes.
Over there,
what do you mean? Akon's already been building it for us.
Akon.
Going straight to Akon City.
Wakanda, dog. Are you dumb?
Stupid. Bozeman.
That is logistically so hard to pull off.
But the native, can you imagine the natives really trying to do anything with like Canada, America after everyone else
What would they do?
left?
All the infrastructure.
They literally just come
so
out
much.
of their fucking little shitty fucking reserves that we've given them, and then be like, "What the fuck do we do with this?
Yeah,
How do we run this?"
That's the one racism that in Canada we really have recently started to address, but in the States you don't hear as much of the.
I literally
one.
don't know of a successful native person, like of one.
I'm sure that.
And it's not even being racist or like trying to downplay what natives have done. Yeah, but that's like actors and shit. That doesn't really count. I'm talking about like.
Indigenous? Steven Seagal?
Has there been an indigenous president or prime minister, even a percentage, or somebody in?
No, they can't let that happen. They can't let that happen.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like
Trudeau have some native. Well, Trudeau's
that nigga's black. What do you mean? You see the pictures?
He'll be native if he wants to be.
Yeah, he'll be native if he wants to.
I
Yeah.
was on range with a native youth. His last name was Trudeau.
Really?
You were with Trudeau too?
Yeah.
I was with Trudeau too.
It's probably a
And
slave.
does he look like Trudeau as well?
Kind of.
Yes. Yes, yeah. I was there when he was there too.
He actually did.
Well, he got folded and sent to another range and golden over there. The time was rough for Trudeau.
He's indigenous. It was the Trudeau bloodline that didn't stick to the
He was
white.
indigenous to these hands.
Yeah, he really did.
He was probably related low key, but it was one of the Trudeau family that went indigenous route, so he got shunned. You're not allowed. Just back to the interracial dating. He's like, the Trudeaus don't have indigenous in this family.
I hope he's still alive. Still.
Hopefully. Any more questions there? Oh yeah, I gotta solve racism. I would say the only thing you can really do, and we could do as a whole, is all look at yourselves individually, look in the mirror and look at your own racism, and call people out around you when it happens, like your family and friends. Like if your dad or uncle or someone, just don't ignore that racist joke, because I think it's easier to confront when you know them, and I think you can't, like, the more you let it slide, the more it's gonna ruin.
White people gotta be able to ruin your family.
Yeah.
You have to do.
Well, no, not even just white. I say every
you're
people.
racist family
No,
member.
I'm saying you call them out, but I'm saying anybody. Like this could be a Israeli and Palestinian, a Palestinian and Israeli. This could be a white person.
Yeah,
against
niggas
black.
can't even talk back
I'm
to their
saying
parents,
every
though.
person in the world needs to look at themselves and be like, what situations have I done that's racist? Which everybody's done. It could be a joke, like I did earlier about the Chinese food. Like that. Like I look at myself, I'm like, okay, that was a racist situation. And then you look back, you're like, okay, what was the intent behind it? Okay,
Self-reflection.
that was
Reflection is key.
Did you know that around the J. Clark area back in high school, we used to have people that drove by, kids from the school, drive by in the cars and yell nigger and throw shit.
Yeah, I didn't know that game. The spoon game.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
spoon game.
yeah, that's what it was called.
A lie.
I never played because I had
What?
not the ball. So like, there was a game I never played it, but I remember people telling it was
It's
like,
called what?
The spoon game.
Spoon.
so you
don't
throw
know
a
the name.
spoon, apparently, and you yell the N word, and if you miss, you have to get out and
Get
get
the
it.
spoon. Yeah.
So you get your ass kicked, hypothetically speaking.
Lie.
But nobody played. I didn't think it was a real game. But like when he said that, that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, really?
Throw garbage, throw shit.
So they're I don't know if it was like the same game, but I remember someone saying
like
the
it's the same game,
like,
but they just took.
I'm like, no chance. I trust my accuracy to like even attempt that game.
Jesus Christ! It should be because you don't want
that
black
obviously.
people.
Well, I don't want to yell the N-word, but like
how fast the spoon is moving from a moving car.
how hard that would hurt.
That's you in the face in the right spot.
Oh my
that can
God.
be detrimental to your
That is
future.
bro.
Nobody played the game. I heard someone say it one time.
That's crazy.
I was just like, that is the most riskiest game anybody could ever play. Like for so many reasons.
That's worse than playing chicken and Jane and Finch.
Let us know in the comments. Has anyone ever been
Played
hit by
the
a spoon?
No, has anyone
Or
played the spoon
Yeah.
game?
Nobody's gonna
You know what's ever
Yeah.
played the spoon game? I want to know if people
But
actually been hit by the
has anyone
spoon.
been hit by
That's
a spoon?
concerning.
My buddy got hit with an egg one time on Halloween. We were trick or treating.
What they yell, nigger?
I don't know what they yelled. Maybe they might have.
Holy shit.
But like, like, what would you do if that happened to you? Like, you're walking by, someone yells the N-word, and then goes to get the spoon. Like, you're like, what the fuck? They get out.
If they miss and they have to go get the spoon, oh my god. Oh my god. High school you was
walking
so
like-
violent.
Oh, you're stopping. What are you doing? What are you doing, Drake?
Who was it? White Eats saying the N-word at Jay Clark?
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, I would
assume it
assume.
was. Yeah, I remember hearing about this. I was never actually there. to
What
see
did they
it.
do about it? I'm sure like the school got involved, right?
No, what the fuck? The school got involved with what?
Nobody told
Problems
like,
for black
school?
kids? I don't think so.
Well, to at least take it down the street, not in front of
No, take it out of the
Hey,
black
take your racism down the street, not
This
in
is
front.
a place of learning.
That's exactly what they would do. They'd like put a patrol like so it doesn't happen right in
Fucking
front of the
elephant's
school.
gonna do that shit.
Oh boy.
No one addressed it. That's probably still happening to this day, for all we know.
Those kids are soft as hell now. I don't think so.
But I think no, because I
It's all
think,
about making racist.
well, I think
TikToks
we have a
instead.
Yeah.
I think we have a generation of like younger people coming in. More younger people are becoming less and less racist, and they need to be the ones to call their racist elders out. Well, I think in comparison, like you said, a softer generation, you're having more LGBT friendly people growing up. They're more likely to be like
guess.
Charlie D'Amelio, for example, put her as the fist, her profile pic to like support.
What is that? Is
Like,
that I've seen that.
when's the last time you think a rich white, what is she, 15 or 16-year-old girl would have like shown any sort of support if it wasn't for
I mean,
like...
she's stealing a bunch of black dancers and getting famous. She might as well throw up a goddamn fist.
That's what I'm saying, though.
I mean,
too.
it's the least she could do.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying
Oh
like
my
I'm
God.
saying we are seeing a generation of people trying to at least like it's slowly coming to the point, like it's slowly getting integrated into youth that like people should be treated equally. But that being said, those same people that are snowflakes and bitches, like the way they act, that we're saying hypothetically, it's like the problem is they believe it personally, but they seem like they don't have the balls to call out hypothetically an uncle or someone who's being racist. So they might personally be like,
racist if I feel like.
grow up now, and them and their siblings be like I don't have a problem with anybody. Like I love everyone equally. But they go to Thanksgiving dinner, and Uncle Joe's drunk on the whiskey, saying "fuck this, fuck that." Do you think that
Let these motherfuckers in our country.
I don't think those people have the balls to also stick by what they believe. That's the problem too. So you also have to be able to like call it out for what it is.
My biggest thing is like, man, if you're like so racist, like, and you really believe that you're racist, then like act on that shit, bro.
What do you mean, like burn motherfuckers?
No, do something. What the fuck? You're racist. Like, call me a nigger to my face so I can deal with that.
Oh, like don't be
don't be in the closet, boy.
be open about it.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, who the fuck's at my front door?
Waste you.
Nah.
You know this fucking nigger?
White person.
Is he white?
That's a white guy.
Well, you don't trust them niggas right now.
No, not true.
Can't trust them white guys coming up to your door and shit. Man's wearing shades and shit, wearing
This guy's a fan.
Dockers.
No, he took it off. You answer it?
Yo, Matilda, relax, bro. Cause you're not gonna bite nobody, so I don't know why you're barking.
Go answer
You're all
it.
barking, no bite. No.
Fuck, I'm gonna might as well just end this shit.
Yeah, we'll end it. He's gonna answer the door. He might die right now. So
Yeah, whatever.
end racism.
Yeah.
Bye.